Hello. It's been a while, you guys, and hopefully everyone's been good. I've been okay, just life. But hopefully from now on, I'll be a bit more consistent with posting. I think I've sorted everything now that I need to sort, and I'll just keep it pushing from here on out. So, the novel I'd like to speak about today is City of Sin. It's a novel by Misty Rain, and it's a completed novel with 1,439 chapters out. So the story follows the main character by the name of Richard Acheron and his family, kind of. Though, like, the main character is the head of the family, so we see all of that together. And one thing I really like this book, there's a lot of elements I like about it, but I'll start with the settings. So the world of the story setting is unique a bit because they have these titles. You have the knights, the barons, the marquis, duke, prince, and so on. But it's not really set in that kind of that era, those days, the Victorian era, if I say so. And it's, I don't know how to describe it because there are kingdoms and everything, but it's more magical than that, if that makes sense. They have this giant city called First, in which the 14 families stay in, 14 biggest families of the empire where the main character resides. And the Acheron family, led by Richard's father at the beginning of the story, fought their way. You have to fight your way into First. And it's so good because it's epic, because the other families have to try and stop you. But if you can fight your way through, then you become one of the 14 families. And it's really cool how they do it. So, they fought their way into First and became one of the 14 families. And you have that, but you also have lower families as well, living not on like the normal land and everything. Because First is like a city in the sky. That's what it's called, I think. But then you're surrounded by other kingdoms. Like I was saying, this is just one kingdom. You're surrounded by other kingdoms, and then they have their own structures. Not every kingdom, in fact, ours is the only one that has the First. The rest have their own structures. You have the Sacred Tree Empire, I think it's called, that has it's related to elves, but they're humans that stay there, and it has like this giant tree. You have the North Blue with Richard's master. That's another story. I don't want to spoil too much, but so the world is actually quite nice. The system is organized. It's really organized. Plus, then, to encompass all of this, they live in planes. This was the first novel I read where they had like planar battlefields, where the main character travels from one plane, conquering to another plane, and so on and so forth. And it's really nice because you get to see, or like the author takes you through different planes, different, settings. It's really nice the way he describes it, and different trials and tribulations they go through in different planes. And you have some planes where they worship gods, and that's how like the powerful people in those planes are. They get their power from fate. You have the normal ones, and basically there's all sorts. So it's really good. Another thing is the Acheron family is a family known for its like bloodthirstiness. Like, they're fighters. We call them the mad people. And because they are descendants of demons from the abyss is another plane. I think the biggest plane in the story. And you have like those sort of things. But another thing I really like about the novel is the power structure. It's like level 1 to 30 is divided, but you have like for both mages and warriors, obviously different forms of combat. If you've ever played a game before, you like a mage is the fireball, freezing, all of that stuff, and you have warriors who are sword fighters, archers, berserkers, again, different categories and all of that sort. So you have the level 1 to 14, which is like a normal mage, 15 to 17, which is a great mage, 18 to 20, it's a grand mage, and then from 21, that person becomes a legend. But obviously, that's a level of power that is difficult to reach. In fact, from 18 is actually quite difficult to reach. Not many people can reach that level. So from level 18 onwards are like respected powerhouses in not just this plane, but all the planes the main character and everyone has to go to. But there can be differences based on the level of the planes, because the planes have levels as well. There are primary planes and then secondary planes and all of that. As a whole, it's very intricate the way the author describes it, and it's quite nice. But also you have this profession called rune masters. They craft runes that will be applied on the body of either mages or warriors to help them in battle and make them more powerful, which of course our main character is a rune master as well. But yeah, it's sick. It's really, really interesting to see. But I think what makes it so good is the interactions between the main character, his followers or subordinates, and then at one point his father, not to spoil too much, but goes off somewhere and he has to take over as the head of the family. So it's him navigating, dealing with both internal and external conflict, conflict between the other 14 families, conflict within the kingdom and other kingdoms. It's so intricate. If I was to say anything I don't like about the novel, it would be just because there were some unfinished plot lines at the end of the story, I feel. Some things we didn't just go into detail as much as we should have, like his child, not to spoil too much, but yeah. And it felt a bit rushed toward the end. I felt like the author could have taken his time and ironed out some more details. But yeah, overall I'll give it like a solid 9.5 over 10. It's a really, really good story. And yeah, I hope that it's something that you can sit down and genuinely enjoy if you're into like the fantasy genre. It doesn't have to be like a web novel thing. Nah, it's actually really good, just as a fantasy novel, and it's something that I feel like a lot of people will enjoy as well. So yeah, I feel like I breezed through that, but yeah, I didn't want to be too organized and have the video so structured and all of that. But yeah, thank you. If you have any suggestions on how I can improve or get better, please let me know. And I'll see you guys later.